Hey there, my friend. Welcome to SoftPodcast English, a space for people who are learning not just a language, but the art of understanding themselves. If you're here right now, listening to these words, maybe you've been walking through one of those quiet seasons of life, the kind where your phone stays silent, your weekends feel longer than usual, and the question sneaks into your mind. Why do I feel like everyone else belongs somewhere except me? Take a deep breath. You're not the only one. You're not broken. You're just growing. There's a moment in everyone's life when the crowd fades, when the laughter gets quieter, and the noise of connection turns into a kind of echo. And suddenly, it's just you sitting in your own company. For some people, that moment feels like freedom. For others, it feels like heartbreak. For most of us, it feels like confusion. Because we were raised to believe that being alone means something's wrong. That silence, emptiness. That solitude is failure. But here's the truth. Sometimes, life removes the noise so that you can finally hear your own rhythm again. I remember one time I walked into a cafe and looked around. Every table had people, laughing, typing, talking, sharing stories. And there I was, sitting alone with my coffee, pretending to scroll my phone so I wouldn't look lonely. And then something clicked. What if this moment wasn't about what I didn't have, but what I could have if I just stopped running from the quiet? So I put my phone down. I looked out the window. I watched the world move, people walking, sunlight dancing through the glass. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel empty. I felt alive. Because maybe the opposite of loneliness isn't company, maybe it's connection. And connection can start right here, between you and yourself. When you spend time alone, you start to see things differently. You notice the small habits that used to disappear in the rush, the way you hum when you cook, the way your thoughts wander when no one interrupts, the way your heart softens when you give yourself permission to rest. Alone doesn't mean abandoned. Alone means available for discovery, for healing, for becoming. You realize how much of your energy used to go into trying to fit in, trying to please, trying to keep everyone happy. And when the crowd leaves, that energy comes back to you. You finally have the chance to spend it on your dreams, your growth, your peace. It's not a punishment, it's a homecoming. There's a kind of courage that grows only in solitude, the courage to eat alone, to walk into new places without a friend's reassurance, to go through a weekend with no plans and still feel whole. It's uncomfortable at first. You'll question yourself 100 times. Am I boring? Am I unwanted? Am I the problem? But soon, you'll learn the most powerful truth. You can do hard things alone. You can start your life without waiting for company. And the more you do it, the more your confidence grows. Not the loud kind that shouts, "I'm fine," but the quiet kind that whispers, "I'm okay now. I've got me." Still, loneliness is tricky. It can disguise itself as tiredness, as distraction, as scrolling for hours just to feel something. But loneliness isn't a disease to cure. It's an emotion, asking to be understood. It says, hey, I miss connection. Not just with people with purpose, with nature, with your own joy. So when you feel lonely, don't rush to fill it. Sit with it. Ask it what it's trying to tell you. Maybe it's reminding you that you've been too busy ignoring yourself. Maybe it's nudging you to start something new, a hobby, a walk, a dream. Loneliness is often a doorway. If you open it slowly, it will lead you home. And then, something beautiful happens. Solitude starts to turn into strength. The silence becomes softer. You stop fearing your own thoughts. You learn to laugh by yourself, to think out loud, to take care of your own moods. You realize you don't need people to fill your emptiness anymore. You want them to share your fullness. That's when new connections begin to arrive. Not because you're searching, but because your peace is magnetic. The world can sense when someone has learned to love their own company. They radiate calmness, the kind of energy that says, "I'm not lonely, I'm whole." And that's what draws others in, not perfection, but peace. When you start reconnecting with people again, remember what solitude taught you. You don't need to perform. You don't need to shrink yourself to fit into someone's comfort. You don't need to be the loudest voice in the room to be worthy of being heard. Real connection happens when you show up as your real self. No filters, no masks, no pretending. You'll know you're with the right people when silence feels easy, not awkward. When laughter comes naturally, not forced. When being yourself feels like breathing, not performing. That's friendship. That's belonging. But not everyone you meet will stay. And that's okay too. Some people are chapters, not lifelong companions. They come to teach you something, maybe patience, maybe boundaries, maybe the art of letting go. And when their time ends, you'll feel it. The distance, the missed calls, the "we should catch up" that never happens. It'll hurt, but you'll handle it differently this time. You'll remember that endings are not rejections, they're transitions. You'll say thank you, quietly, and you'll keep walking. Because once you've learned how to stand alone, losing people doesn't destroy you, it refines you. You know you've healed when your peace doesn't depend on who stays. When you can wish people well and mean it. When you can miss someone without wanting to go back. When your days feel calm, even when your phone is quiet. That's not loneliness. That's freedom. There's something powerful about building a life that feels good to you, even if no one else claps for it. You wake up earlier, stretch, breathe, drink your coffee in silence. You go for walks and talk to yourself kindly. You work toward goals quietly, without broadcasting them. You build joy in small rituals, a candle, a song, a deep breath. That's what growth looks like. Not fireworks, not applause, just peace. So, my friend, if you're walking through your own quiet season, if you have no one to text tonight, if your plans keep falling through, if you feel invisible, please remember this. You are not invisible, you're in transformation. The world isn't ignoring you, it's giving you space to return to yourself. This silence is not empty. It's full of potential, of healing, of beginnings you haven't even imagined yet. You're not being left behind. You're being prepared. And one day, when you look back on this time, the quiet mornings, the solo walks, the nights you cried softly but still showed up the next day, you'll realize this was the chapter that made you strong. Not strong like stone hard and cold, but strong like roots, flexible, grounded, alive. You'll meet new people, maybe fall in love, maybe build friendships that feel like sunlight, and you'll carry this lesson with you. I can love deeply without losing myself. Because you know now how to be your own friend first. Before we end, take one last slow breath. Inhale and exhale. Whisper to yourself, I am safe in my own company. I am learning, growing, and becoming. If your voice shakes, let it. If your heart softens, let it. Because this is what healing sounds like. Not loud, not perfect, just honest. You were never truly alone. You were just meeting yourself for the first time. And now that you have, you'll never lose that connection again. Thank you for being here with me on SoftPodcast English. If these words touch something in you, let them stay. Let them breathe inside your day, like sunlight through the window. And when you're ready, when the world starts to open again, step out gently. Not to find friends, but to share your peace with them. Because you, my friend, are no longer waiting to be chosen. You have already chosen yourself. This is your season to grow alone, and it's beautiful.